Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Siboga TV, which is your number one online political channel. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is a political leader who is not always on his side, because in most of the instant that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has always tried to stop at presidency. He has always been told that you must put aside your political ambition and you must support somebody else. If you can remember, since 2013, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka had to put aside his political ambition so that he can support Raila Amolo Odinga to stop at presidency. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka did this, having an anticipation that one time he will also be assisted to stop at presidency with probably Raila Amolo Odinga. But all along, Raila Amolo Odinga has always told Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka that you must always put down your ambition to help me now and again. Because since 2013, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka forgot his ambition. He supported for the first time Raila Amolo Odinga. Then, 2017, also Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka did the same, and 2022. And this has been the song. And now, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is within the Wamnyoro group. But rumor has it that again, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will actually be told that you don't have the numbers to go for presidency again, that your numbers is going to support somebody else. And Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka at this time, I don't think he will repeat the mistake of supporting somebody else, of putting down his political ambition and support somebody else. Because at this time, if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will do that, then his political career is likely to come to an end. And therefore, that is why today I want us to look at the way forward for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, because Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka needs also to stop at presidency, needs also to take his political career forward, and for good reasons. So we are going to have a candid discussion and try to look at which way forward politically for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. But before we dive in and try to break down all that, I could request you kindly to take a minute or two and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Give this video a like, share the video to your friends. And if your friends are lovers of politics, then it's good to request them for us to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And whenever you subscribe to our YouTube channel, always remember to smash the notification bell, because that is the only way you will actually give YouTube permission so that you can be notified to watch any political content that we upload into YouTube. And for those ones who have actually subscribed to our YouTube channel, I say thank you and may God bless you. Now, let us come back to the discussion, which is the way forward for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. What can Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka be able to do so that he can save his political career and he can enhance his political career forward so that it cannot come to an end? The first thing that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka has to understand is that many political leaders will always use you and dump you at the right time. And that is actually what has happened with him. He has always supported Raila Amolo Odinga. But Raila Amolo Odinga doesn't want to give that support back. And hence, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must always also be selfish so that he can take his political career forward. And hence, the first thing that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must do, he must be selfish enough so that he can request other political leaders to support him for presidency within the Wamnyoro group. And he should not compromise that stand at all. And therefore, if Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can be able to do that, then his political career is going to shine. And probably he might be our next president of this republic. Because if we look at that scenario where Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka become the flag bearer of the Wamnyoro group, that means he gets support from Rigathi Gachagua, he gets support from Eugene Wamalwa, he gets support from Fred Okengo Matiang'i and other opposition leaders like Martha Karua. Then it is highly likely that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can actually become the president of this republic. So that is the first thing that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka actually must do to save his political career. The second thing that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka should do, if that fails, then he must be on the ballot. Let come 2027. He must make sure that his political party is on the ballot. And if he will be on the ballot, that means Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will be able to get enough electorate. He will be able to get enough political leaders who will be elected under his political party. And once that happens, and let us say he will have enough MPs, he will have enough governors, he will have enough senators, and he will also have many what we call MCAs. Then it means after election, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will have the weight, he will have the gut, he will have that hand that he can negotiate with that political party which is actually on power, so that they can forge a working relationship with that party, and that will make Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka political career to come into life again. Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka may not be able to win if he goes alone to presidency, but that will help him to secure the future of his political career. And therefore, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must be willing and must really tell his followers that this time I am going to be on the ballot, and this time you must elect me for presidency, and you must also be able to support the party I am in so that we can have more numbers in the Senate, in the National Assembly. We can have more governors in various counties. We can have more MCAs in various counties. And therefore, after election, he can be able to forge a way forward with that political party, which actually will take the power of this nation. Look at what Raila Amolo Odinga has done all along. He has been in government. It doesn't matter whether he doesn't become the president of this nation, but he has been as a co-president all along. It was during the Nyayo era. He was the Secretary General. It was during the Kibaki era. He was the Prime Minister. He was there during the Uhuru time. He was like a co-president. And today, he is in the government of William Samoei Ruto as a co-president. And therefore, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka need to run from what Raila Amolo Odinga has always been doing to keep alive his political career, and he should play that game. But if he cannot go for those two options, then the political career of Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka will finally come to an end. So, in your own thinking, which is the way forward for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka? Please drop your comment in the comment section below. And if this is your first time to bump into this YouTube channel, I request you kindly hit the notification bell, subscribe to this YouTube channel, and lastly, like this video. And for those ones who have done all that, I say thank you, because you always give us the inspiration to continue coming up with this kind of political analysis. And with that, I say thank you until we meet in our next political discussion. Goodbye.